Welcome, welcome. Man, are we going to have some fun tonight. Woo! So, I have been playing in fabrics much of the day today, and I'm just excited about our fabrics. And the whole reason I think it's important to do this is so that you can really make like a collection. You know, you can make your own collection. If you think about how many tops you want and how many bottoms, and I really believe that if we get away from thinking one garment, one sewing, and make a little kind of a pool of clothing, we get much more use out of them, and I think we enjoy all of them really a lot more. So that's the goal tonight, easy spring sewing, and then we've got live fabrics. Before we even start on the fabrics, we're going to do the garments first, but we'll just give you a pan of the fabric so that you can kind of see all of them, and then we'll go back, you know, where there's 23 fabrics, 1 through 23. I think I did the same mistake again where I said there'll be no shipping on these 23 fabrics. That doesn't mean all fabrics, these 23, but then I forgot to take the shipping off of the fabrics. So if you go in and order one of these 23 fabrics and it has shipping on it, just know we'll credit you back. So, but I think it's because of a habit when I go to duplicate. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's all my fault. So, but let's talk about spring sewing. There's just some amazing things. I was talking to a lady today. She was a non-sewer. Her grandmother had sewed, her mother had sewed, and had sewed quite a bit. She said her grandmother used to cut patterns out of newspaper. You know, I know we've all been there. But what she said is she just wasn't skilled enough to sew. And obviously I didn't, you know, whip out my whole webcast for tonight. But I really think there's a lot of easy things that we can do that we don't have to have a lot of skill for. And that's the goal tonight, is just to really help you recognize that you can do some easy pieces that are beautiful and trendy and current and fresh, and that they'll look terrific on you all at the same time. It doesn't have to get complicated. Okay, so I've got a lot of pictures tonight. Let's start with some pictures. And because I want these pictures, I went through a lot. Boy, I went through a lot. And, you know, I find that the pictures start repeating themselves. You know, some of you have sent me pictures. How do I make this? Or how do I do this? Or what pattern base do I use? And the pictures that you all send are the same thing. So we'll start with this first one because lace is so popular for spring. And it's, you know, if you remember 5 years ago, 10 years ago, gosh, the only time we wore lace was getting married or, you know, baptized or something, you know, really something like that, something kind of ceremoniously. But it's just not the case anymore. So I want to show you a couple pictures of lace. This first one is pattern 600. It's classic blouse. They've widened the cuff, but you all can do that. Let's look at this, and look at the prices. I don't need to go over prices. You all can see them, but they are very, very expensive. Let's look at this next one. Isn't that beautiful? That's our brand new blouse. That's our raglan, or, you know, that 4-way halter that we did, 523. And it's just left off the collar and gathered in a sheer. It's just so pretty. And the best way to wear something like this is just like I did this, just with a little tank or a little cami underneath. So let's look at this next one. And you can see, again, you could do that with a classic blouse. It's just a jewel neck and something underneath. But they're very pretty. We've got beautiful laces. I mean, I've never seen such a selection of laces, which says to me what a strong trend they are, because I'm getting so much from the designers. So this top, what I did, fabric is a dual lace. It's dual border lace. So this was a really good pattern for it. This is pattern number 212. It's Kors zippered top, but I didn't obviously put any zipper in here, which really made it easy. All I did was overlap this. So I put the border print on the top part. There's a yoke that goes through here. No French seam, just sewn on the serger. There's a seam down here that I could, you know, you could put a belt on, and then I've got the border on the bottom. So because of that seam, that allows me to turn, you know, the dual edge up. This is a boat neck, and then the dual edge down. So all of your edges are finished. What I did on the edge of the sleeve here is I just cut the border off and then sewed it back on so that the edge is all finished. There's no hemming, there's no nothing. Very, very simple to do. Again, put it over a little cami. What I love about this is you can put it over different color camis and it all looks amazing. So this fabric's already up. 6107 is what it is. And it's just pretty, pretty. Yeah, very pretty. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, the other thing we're starting to see is blouses. And I don't think I've ever seen so many blouses for spring. And it's so refreshing for me because, again, I love blouses, and I was really a few years back thinking we'll never see another blouse in the stores. And I remember saying it, we'll just never see another blouse. They're gone forever. But they're not. They're not, and they're here, and they're pretty, and they're prints, and they're florals, and they're all kinds of different fabrics and fabrications. There's rayons, there's silk, they're cottons. They're just pretty. And so I did do, two of the patterns we did this year are blouses. The one I have on, which is 623, Sam's blouse, very similar to what the picture is. It's up now. And I think when you look at a picture, especially of a blouse, I think you ought to really ask yourself, what do I like about this? Because I don't think it's necessarily the details of the blouse as much as it is the fabric of the blouse. So if you look at that and say, what do I like about this? You can really see that you can use a lot of different patterns, and a lot of different fabric combinations work really well. We've got a beautiful selection of blouse fabrics, and they're all very easy. On this one in particular, the one that I have on, what I did on it was the banding is sewn together. So there's only 2 buttons up here, 1 or 2, your choice, at the top, so you slip the blouse over your head. Because of the big sleeves, it's very simple to do that and yet still have it look very stylish. Let's look at this next picture here. So again, you see the same thing. It's a kimono sleeve, it's the raglan. So those the 2 blouse patterns I did, 523 is the 4-way halter. We've got it over here, I'll show it in a minute. And then the 623, which is Sam's blouse, I did them for several reasons, but mainly because they were beautiful, versatile blouse patterns. And I keep seeing them over and over. I want to look at this next pattern, or this next photo, sorry. So this is the one that was sent me. This is the 523. This is that halter. This is a kimono blouse. You don't have to put the collar on, but you can see that neckline is just gathered all the way around. It's just like exactly what it is, except it's a little different fabric. And green is very popular. So green will make it look very fresh and very fluid, but it's very pretty. All right, this one I wanted you to see. Oh, you know what this was for? We have this fabric, but we don't have it tonight. That was a terrible thing to do to you all. Yep, scratch this. Let's go to the next one. All right, I wanted you to see this neckline. It's the neckline I have on. It's the neckline of 575 Sonia's blouse, 623. Notice this neckline is really popular. It's a collar that lays flat that just has almost like a V-neck effect. So I've seen this over and over and over. We've had it in 575 Sonia's blouse. We repeated it now in 623 Sam's blouse, the one I have on. But it's just pretty. It's very flattering. Like I said, it has a collar, but it has a V-neck. It's kind of a collared V-neck at the same time. Sky blue is a real strong color for spring, so it's a really good color. And let's look at the next one. Okay, all right. So let's look at some of the garments I did and my thinking as I went through. I want to look at blouses first. We've got our lace. Here's a lace example. That's just one. Obviously, those other ones that I showed you were good too. Let's go over here. And, I didn't tell you, we're going to have a giveaway. About halfway through, we're going to give away 822. It's the dual top and reversible cardigan. It's a PBS pattern. And we'll have them all shipped by the end of this week. We're very excited about it. I'm going to show you a couple of versions of that top because it's very trending right now for spring. Cardigans are really big, and the dual neckline, which is really cute on this blouse. But before we get to that, I want to look here, and I want to look at this top because this is the halter that I was talking about. Let me move this out of the way for a minute. This is the halter I was talking about. This is our new pattern. I did it out of a fabric. I'm going to kind of scoot it in. The fabric is 6037. It's a sheer. It's an animal sheer. It's good on both sides. It's just pretty. I did a tie, but what I love about this pattern is you really can do it whatever different way you want. And then I'm going to turn it around because I want you to see this back. I put this, I want to show you this little top here. But you can see there's two backs here. You don't have to have the one that's open like this if you don't want. If you want a back that's just for business or more covered, then you can leave it open. What I like about it is the blouse could really work well for business, especially under a jacket. And then if you went somewhere in the evening, it would be a little less businessy. And I thought not immodest and yet just really, really pretty. So I just love that top. All right, so what I did over this, again, this fabric is 6037. This brown ribbed knit is 60007. And so this is our pattern of the month. This is 112. So I did something very different with the pattern of the month this month. It's number 112, but I put two patterns on sale at the same time, both the February and the March. And the reason I did that is because next webcast, when we go to show the 112, I want to show it a lot with that 110, 101. 101 is the March POM. They're just such a nice pairing. This is another great pairing. The reason being is because the neckline is higher. This is a woven version of the 101. 101 is a knit version. This is a woven version. So that way you have both options when you're dealing with this. And of course, this gets twisted and turned. And it's just a lovely little, I did it sleeveless in this case, so you can see just really easy. It's a beautiful spring wrap. It's perfect for this time of year. With sleeves, without sleeves, it doesn't matter. In this particular case, because I made it sleeveless, it wouldn't even have to be knit. It could be, the pattern says knit because of the sleeve. But you can see that you can leave the sleeve off, and we'll get into this more next time. This goes over the head and kind of creates a little cape. And you don't have to have sleeves there at all. In fact, it doesn't even have to be knit. It can be woven. And so it really just has such versatility, especially this time of year. Okay, is it too late to order the new patterns? The set of 4, yes, it ended on Sunday. But you can order the individual. Just know that we will not ship. It says pre-sale all over the place, but I get countless emails. Why haven't I gotten my pattern? Yada, yada. So just know they will not ship until March and February. But yes, they're orderable on the website. Do you have a clasp on the top of the blouse you are wearing? No. I have a button and a microphone, but that's it. Okay? Okay. So that is just a great look. And it is, like I said, really popular right now. Spring is showing us a lot of lightweight capes and wraps, and then the high neck blouse. Even though it's spring, I guess it's not summer. It makes sense. Spring is showing us a little neckline there. You can always leave it off, but it's really cute. I want to bring in, I'm going to push this out of the way here just for a minute. I want to bring in this cardigan over here. This is the dual wrap and cardigan. And it is, it's a dual top, I'm sorry. So the two tops, they're 2 layers. So I initially got this cardigan set. It was a gift. Someone had gifted it to me. And number one, I immediately loved it. Just it felt like $1 million. And it wasn't the fabric. What I realized is it was the dual layer of tops and the softness of the fabric. It wasn't, but it wasn't specific to that fabric. But I've noticed as I've made it and as I've worn it, the dual layer is really, really comfortable. I don't know how else to say that. But thin knits are really popular right now. Ribbed knits are really popular. So to pair this with a ribbed knit is really the perfect way to do. You'll see one neckline is lower on the top, and then it's curled. This is a new neckline. We've not seen this before. It's very easy to do and really, really cute and really easy. And so it's a dual top, and then the cardigan is reversible. And the way we stitch it is very easy to do, but it makes it reversible really, really simple. Okay? Clasp at the neck. No, it's just a collar. I mean, are you talking about the one I have on? Just redo the question and then we can better figure out what you want to look at. I did this one as the dual cardigan also. Let's have a drawing while we're talking about all this. Just make sure that you're signed in to YouTube. It's only for people watching live. I wanted to take a couple fabrics that just had lines. This is fabric 6130. And it just is fun. It just has all these lines running through, and you can kind of put it however you want. And then I've had a lot of questions lately about coordinating fabrics, and I had a lady in the store here last week, and she just felt like her fabric wasn't exactly matching. And I really made this up to kind of maybe push you away from feeling like things have to match just exactly right on. You can see that the color of the teal here is not the color of the teal in it. And so some of you may say, I don't like that. And some of you may say, yeah, no, it blends beautifully. It's just another color in all the colors, and it really comes out and blends beautifully. Because of this particular fabric, I could place the stripes in different directions, but it was really fun to play with, and you can see that it gives it really just a really different look. So again, it's 6130, and the teal, oh, I don't have the number of the teal, but it's right next to it, and that's the it's a dual top and reversible cardigan is what it is. Okay? Oh, thank you. You guys are... Oh, the keyword, sorry. Okay, so for our drawing, it's 822. Just put in those three numbers, 822. Remember, only do it one time, because the computer will kick you out if you do it more than once. So 822, and we'll let that go for a little bit, and then we'll have a winner. All right, so in our fashions, we're still seeing lots of knits. And one of the things I did was this dual wrap. And I just really like it too. And you all have too. The sales have been terrific. So, and we appreciate that because it kind of gives us feedback. Hey, you like this. But I want you to look at this particular one. I hung the jean jacket here because I don't want you to forget the jean jackets. Jean jackets are really stylish for spring, and so really to make a lace is just really appropriate. Hang that right there for a minute. Okay, but this dual wrap, you can see this is the fabric I used, and it's sheer in some places, and I just think it's perfect. Especially I love the back, where just the way it's laid, you can see the sheer really shows off, and then the wrap comes in and crosses both directions. And it almost makes like a blouson. It's very flattering. It's really pretty. Really like it on. Okay, 822. How are we doing? Everybody's good? Is that the winner? Good deal. Rose Danae. Yay, Rose. Rose, don't forget to email me and just say you won, and we'll ship that out to you. Okay? And just know we'll ship it by Friday. Everything will be shipped by Friday. I already talked about the tissue, didn't I? All the tissue has been shipped. The tissue. The good news is we had a really good response. The bad news is we had a really good response. And so we just couldn't catch our breath. But anyway, everything as of tonight has been shipped. And so for those of you who didn't get it, it's back up under Notions, under Tools. And you can see that we've got some extra quantity that's up there right now. Okay, so if I were to shortcut the spring, I would say lace. I would say lightweight knits, dual layers are doing a lot of it. I would say small little wraps and lightweight knits and things of that nature. Prints, printed blouses are just really popular and just really beautiful. And of course, we deal then with fitting. Blouses are probably, in my opinion, where you really start to learn more about yourself. What do you like? What do you want? How much mobility do you expect? All of those things are critical when you get to the blouse stage. What is number 822? 822 is the dual top and reversible cardigan. It's on the PBS site. It is a PBS fundraiser, and every dollar goes to PBS. Every dollar. No salary for Peggy, nothing. We can't afford it. So we really appreciate all those donations. What's the pattern number of the pink wrap? This is a new pattern number. This is pattern number 123. It's called 44's Dual Wrap. 123. That's pre-sale. That's a new pattern. The one I have on is a new pattern. That's a new pattern. It's a new pattern. We have a lot of new stuff. I figured out the other day we have over 11 new products in the last 30 days. It's a lot. It's probably too much, but anyway, it's all good. All right, so I wanted you to see this even though I haven't finished with it. It's one of the fabrics we're selling tonight, but I absolutely love it. It is the cardigan. It's the new cardigan. The main reason I did a cardigan pattern that was notched lapel is because my favorite cardigan is 915, Hugo's favorite cardigan. That makes sense. But it's a shawl collar. And as a shawl collar, it's limited as to what fabrics you can do with it. So I felt like it was important to have a cardigan that had a notched lapel. Because, for instance, in this fabric, and we have a lot of fabrics coming out now that are houndstooth, but they're stretch and they're knit, and we can use them for cardigans like this. So it really was the perfect answer for having a stripe or something like that in the cardigan where it didn't work in a shawl collar. So now we have this beautiful notched lapel cardigan and then the shawl collar, and they're both really complementary to one another. What is the email address? Peggy@silhouettepatterns.com. It's on the very front page. It's on every page. Okay? Peggy@silhouettepatterns.com. Okay, so having said that, let's answer questions. Does the dual top require double the yardage amounts shown on the envelope to make it reversible? No, I could be wrong on this, but I think all the numbers on the envelopes are already done. I think we've already done that. The layout is all double. Everything's been done. I hate answering questions when I'm not positive, but I think it's already been done. Okay, I hope it's already been done. We've printed the envelopes. All right, any other questions we want to pick up on? Email is Peggy@silhouettepatterns, SILHOUETTE, silhouettepatterns.com. You know, my mother named the pattern company. And the first thing I said after she said, what about Silhouette Patterns, which I love the name, I said, do you think everybody can spell it? And I can't tell you how many times I've spelled that word, because nobody can spell silhouette. Everybody leaves out that E, HOUETTE. So when people say they email me, I say, how did you spell silhouette? And it's almost always the problem. All right, so if we're ready, let's go to fabrics, because what I did is I picked everything spring for colors. I know that many of you know in Dallas we were in ice, and when Dallas has ice, we don't play around. We just shut the town down and we stay home. And so Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, nobody went anywhere in this town. I mean, honestly, it felt like it was like weeks. It was only 4 days, but it was difficult at best to get anything done. No deliveries, you know, it just was, it's interesting. It's really interesting. So we're a little behind in things. I had hoped to have things made out of these garments, out of these fabrics, but because we just got them yesterday and we're lucky that we even have them, we're just running behind. But we have a lot of beautiful fabrics coming in for spring, and I feel there are some designers, and the designers in particular that we have, they're strong. You probably can find them because you know the names, but I'm sworn to secrecy, like not even in a secret email can I tell you, because the garments that they made from these fabrics are in the stores. So these are that fresh. These fabrics are really fresh, and I'm very excited to deal with them tonight. Okay, so if you go to, like I said, they're all no shipping. So even if you get charged shipping on these 23 fabrics, I will refund it because I think I screwed up. If you go to fabrics and go to view all, and then go all the way to the bottom, all the way to the bottom is number 1, and it works its way back up to 23. The only thing in the computer is the price, the width of the fabric, how many yards we have, and a brief description. You're going to see the fabrics here. Okay, we'll leave them up through Thursday night, and then they'll go back down. Okay? Okay, so, and I hate running out of fabrics, so, you know, our inventories are usually a little less. Once we cut, we put up what's left so we can be more exact. So we're going to go all the way to the bottom. We're going to go to number 1. And I'm just going to pan. We're just going to pan over these fabrics for a little bit. I start with the blues because just there's some beautiful coordinating blues here that are just incredibly lovely. The light blues, we get into the navies, and you can see these, I mean, they're just beautiful. 100% cottons, just lovely. Then we have, this is a silk cotton navy. We go into wine. The wine actually belongs down here, but because I ran out of room, I put it up here. But we go into the wines, the pinks. Then we go into lavenders. Then the lavenders are kind of stuck away back in there. We go to a deep purple, and then we go through these pinks again, pinks and wines. Then we have just a touch of green and brown. And the greens, called grass, are just beautiful. The combination with brown is just lovely. So the goal is to get some fabrics that are really fresh and new for you and your wardrobe. I think these colors are really fresh and different, not necessarily blue, but just the blue color, the tone is really pretty. It's a sky blue, the pinks, you know, but let me tell you something and I'm trying to figure out how to do part 2 on this because we can't really handle any more than these fabrics, this amount of fabrics at one time. But like the oranges and the yellows are completely left out. The corals, you know, I've got so many more that I want to show you. So I've got this massive selection of whites and creams that are just lovely. The monochromatic is a really big look for spring. We did the reds. I put all those reds up so that you could kind of make that monochromatic look for yourself. And they're just stunning. So the goal is to, you know, you've got about, the groundhog said you have 6 more weeks of winter. So that means you're going to sew for spring. And then when spring's here, we'll be ready. We'll be all ready to go. And the tissue orders was a shipping notice sent for the orders that were mailed. I don't know, but just give it a week. And if you don't have it, let me know. But keep in mind that I mentioned that ice storm because literally everything was shut down. So literally we were shipping, but I don't think it was going anywhere. So just give it a week. You'll have it, I promise. And I don't think there'll be a problem. All right, let's do it. Let's start with number 1. This is so exciting. Now, the width and the price are on the site and the number. I don't know those, don't ask me, but this is so much fun. So, and if you don't know, like when you click on that fabric, under product details is where you'll go and it will have the width. Okay? Okay, so we're going to start with number 1 and we're going to start with this beautiful blue. Oh, I love blue and silver. I've always loved blue and silver. This is a cotton poly blend and it's just lovely. It's lovely. I can see a little jacket, little skirt, pants would be beautiful with a little blue knit top to go with. Number 1. And I'm going to go a little bit slow because we have time. And I want you to ask questions while we're on that fabric. It's hard to go back because I won't remember all these numbers. Okay, that's number 1. It's called Italian Blue Cotton Polywoven. It's number 101. I started everything with 100. Thank you for pointing that out to me. They are in reverse. Go to the very bottom first, and then we're going to go back up. And it's number 101. Thank you, Benjamin. I say number 1, but it's 101. I forgot I did that. I did that because last time we did it and we had number 1, the system wouldn't take 1. I had to put in 101. All right, now what I did to go with this is, and it came in together, there's this beautiful kind of gray silver that goes with it. It's a ribbing, kind of a grayish silver that goes along with it. It's 100% cotton. And Brett, they're probably going to want to zoom in like crazy on this, right? All right, you guys, just give us a minute and we'll get them zoomed. And we got Timber City here going on. Okay, so yeah, again, can we see the blue closer? Does it have a slight stripe in it? The blue is not, does that help you, Brett, to come in closer? It's not a stripe. It's an asymmetric square. Nothing that would have to be matched. So do not, that's what I think I loved about it, because I felt like it'd be a very easy fabric for for us to sew with. But yet it's got a little masculine flair to it. Just beautiful. Just so you can see, both sides are usable. I don't really see that much difference between one side and the other. So you could really do a beautiful, it'd be beautiful for like a little spring cape. I think would be really pretty. Okay, then the ribbing was number 102. And I did it because you can see it's the same color of that little highlighted stripe in the blue. And it's a cotton. It's 100% cotton, and it's a ribbed knit. And I know I've said this before, you guys, but I can't emphasize enough how popular that ribbing is for spring. Do something with the ribbing. Okay. Then we're going to go to number 103, or number 3. And that's the blue. And that's what I did my cardigan out of. So that's pretty easy to see, the blue. Easy, really easy to sew with. You know, it's interesting. I thought it would be harder to match. It just wasn't. I mean, look at the seam there. You can't even really see where the seam is. So I was really pleasantly surprised how easy it was. And I don't think, I mean, I put the bottoms all together, but a lot of times even if you put the bottoms together, it's kind of hard, but it just lined up really pretty. And talk about soft, and it's just fun to work with. It has a little bit of a fringe on the selvage, so I went ahead and used that on the edge of the sleeve. And then I used it on, you can see on the edge of the collar here. Just for fun, just to kind of give it a little bit of, I don't know, little fun. And then I love this blue. This is a poly cotton. This is 104. Beautiful. Kind of a, it's just a woven, but it's like a shirt weight woven. And it's a beautiful color that blends with it, just lovely. And then because, oh, okay, 103 is just gorgeous. Is it a Ponte knit? It's not a Ponte knit, no. It's much lighter than a Ponte knit. I don't know what it is, to be honest. It's got a beautiful stretch to it. It's one-way stretch. I don't know. It's very unique. It is pretty. It's very pretty. And then also, I'm going to jump down because this is number, let me make sure I get a number here. I did this with the blues too because look, you can see how pretty it goes with this. So depending on what you're doing with that blue, this is a knit. It's 100% cotton. Let me get the numbers for you. This is number 110. 110. So I wanted you to see that it's in that grouping that I did of blues, but I did it lower simply because it was too heavy to get up on the top section. And just FYI, we're in Dallas, you guys, and we're having really bad thunderstorms tonight. So if we lose power, you'll know that we won't be back, okay? Just FYI. Okay, so we're gonna put this over here. That's number 110. Okay, so we're on 103, 104. 105 is this beautiful navy silk. It's a silk cotton blend. Oh my, is it lovely, lovely, lovely. And it's a deep navy. It's pretty. Whew. Number 105. Is the stretch on 103 selvage to selvage? Yes. Yes is the answer to that. What number 105? Can you look up for me? What is the fiber content on that? Oh, it's a cotton silk. I'm sorry, I got it. 105. Yeah, it's a cotton silk. Very pretty. Okay. Then 106. Now this wine is going to go down below here with some other stuff we've got down here. But this is a wine rib, and it's just beautiful. 100% cotton, stretch in both directions. Very pretty. Great drape. You can see the drape on this and how pretty it is. I'll move out of the way so you can see a little bit better. Love it, love it, love it. Look at it with this. Isn't that beautiful? Oh. Okay. 107 is a velour, a pink velour. And I should tell you that velours, I don't know why, they're just really, really popular for spring. I mean, I shouldn't say I don't know why, because velours are wonderful. But I just sometimes don't know what causes the comeback of them. But they're pretty. I mean, they're very pretty. They're very luscious. They're soft. They're feminine. These two, the next two are velours. Is the navy sheer? The navy was this one. No. Sheer? No, no, no. It's like a linen. It looks like a linen. So there's my hand behind it. It's definitely not sheer. It's definitely pant weight, jacket weight, skirt. You could fuse it if you wanted it to be a little more heavier, but it's definitely not sheer. No. 103 says it's a knit, but it looks like the edge ravels. Is it a knit or woven? I would say it's a stretch woven. Yeah, I would say it's a stretch woven. It's a good comment. Okay, my screw-ups is what it is. Thank you, ladies. Okay, so the pink velour, that was number 107. 108. I love this. I'm totally in love with this. Look at my top. I love my top. And you know, with these things that cross, you can, on the pattern, I made them longer and then just explained that you can pull them in if you want to make the top. You can make the front tighter, the back looser. You can play with them, and they're fun to play with. They really are. This top that I just made, I really made that portion tighter, and it's so flattering. It's really, really flattering, and it acts like a little blouson. So don't think they have to be loose. They can, you know, it looks different in different tops. You could put it front and not the back, or the back and not the front. You don't have to make it just like it is. I just love that top. All right, so that's number 108. Are one-way stretch fabrics always selvage to selvage? There's no such thing as always, but typically. So the warp is your vertical thread, and it is your stabilizer. It's in the loom first. And then your weft is your selvage to selvage, and that's the one they can play with without losing stability of the fabric. Now that's not always true, but most of the time your stretch goes selvage to selvage because it's the weft that's, you know, the wild child, I guess is the best way I know how to say that. Can the Y knit be used for leggings? I think so. I have done ribbed leggings and I love them, absolutely love them. Some people don't like ribbed leggings, but I do. So I would use a lot of these for, this is stretching both directions. So I think that would be really cool leggings, but you know, I'm a little wild child too. Okay, ready? This is 108, and then 109 starts to pull us into the lavenders. And you can see this is a knit. This is 100% cotton. It's a lavender, and it's not a white, it's a cream. If you put it next to a white, it definitely shows that it's a cream. If it's by itself, it looks white, but other than that, it looks cream. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah, and that kind of introduces our whole lavender companions here. I'll put that up and get to the lavenders. And we're going to go back over here. So this blue, remember this blue was 110. But we saw that, 100% cotton, it went with these blues. And then we get into these lavenders. And these lavenders are just like the most beautiful thing. I went to Neiman's the other day, and I was just amazed at like the whole upper floor was like lavender. I was like, I've never seen so much lavender in one place. But it is the color, and they said it was going to be. I mean, you know, it wasn't like it was a surprise. But isn't this beautiful? And of course it's a snake. It has a nap, a slight nap. So you want to run it all the same direction. It's a cotton poly blend. It's absolutely stunning. Slacks, you know, Could just about do anything with it. You could certainly use the back side and do like a piping that would, you know, coordinate to match. I went to a Lafayette fashion show, I don't know, last week before, I can't remember, but anyway, did a very similar fabric that looked like this. So this is 111. 111. How we doing? We doing okay? Cool. See, this is fun, you guys. Okay, and then we have this. This is just a solid. Isn't this beautiful? So this is a sheer. Very pretty. This is a poly cotton. Just lovely, lovely, lovely. Like beautiful. I could really see this in a little halter. Classic blouse would be beautiful with a little shell underneath it. Just the color. The color alone will be, and again, this is 112. It's going to tell you that you're right in trend with spring. It's really pretty. Would the navy make a good lining for a wool bomber jacket? The navy, I don't think so. I wouldn't use this for lining. It's too beautiful. It's a silk cotton. I'd use something cheap for lining. I mean, not that this is that expensive, but you want lining, you want slip. You know, you want something you put your arms down. This looks like a raw silk to me, more texture-wise. Okay, does 111 have stretch? I got to figure out what a 111 is. The lavender snake. No, it does not. It's a woven. It's absolutely a woven. But this little companion piece does. Look at this. Isn't this cool? This is number 113. Oh, talk about, I would do this for a cardigan in a minute. Isn't that pretty? This cardigan here, or 915, even one, I love this. Even both sides are really usable, but I love that lavender. And when you look at these colors and how they go together, they're just so pretty. They're so pretty. Look at that, you guys. My lavender buddies. And this has all the colors for spring. It's like a lavender, a light blue. It's got a teeny bit of yellow in there. But man, is that pretty. Number 113 is what that one is. Okay. All right, and then I went to a dark purple, and the reason I went to a dark purple is because some of these had a dark purple in them. And so this is 100% cotton. It has stretch in both directions. And when we get over to this piece over here, I'll show you that it has some dark purple in there, so I thought it'd be just really pretty as a coordinating piece. It goes with this one too, but especially goes with this one. We'll get there a little bit later. So this dark purple here is number 14. Okay. This is number 15. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? This looks like somebody hand crocheted. It has stretch in one direction. I don't think it's a knit though. Yeah, this is a knit. I think the backside is really pretty too. I got to tell you, I love the backside. The backside's got this navy to it. But see, on this side it looks purple. Now that's why I felt like this purple would be a fun little combination in there. It's really pretty. Okay, on 111 seems to fray. Is it a knit or woven? I think we already decided it was a stretch. Oh, 111. Is it woven? Yeah, it's a 111 is a woven. Yep. Did I put knit on there? Where do I go to see the fabrics? Right here. We don't have pictures up. This is just live tonight through Thursday. We don't have any pictures up. This is just something we've tried to do. The reasoning is I probably have over 200 bolts of fabric in this store. And the beautiful thing about going to a fabric store is you get to go in and see all the combinations. And, you know, we put them by color. Or I do. I put them by color so that you can see and kind of envision an outfit when you're looking at them. But I hate it that you guys can't see what's going on here. So we did this one time and we thought we'd try it again and see if you liked it. And again, it's just so that you can see a more depth of what we have, and you can plan a little bit better in your own wardrobe. You can make a little bit better plan. Can we see 113 up close, please? Sure. I got to find 113. Let me see what 113 is. Okay, I know what it is. I got you. Yes, we'll get it up close and personal. That's you, Brett. All right. And I'll hold it there so he can zoom in. Can the cardigan pattern be bought as a single pattern or bundle only? Okay, so for the new patterns, no bundles. Bundles are gone. Toast. No more bundles. Everything in spring is the new patterns individually, but they're in pre-sale. So if you buy one tonight, you won't get it tomorrow. You'll get it the end of February is when we'll ship them. Okay? How do I order? You hit buy now. What's that? Go to silhouettepatterns.com, and just go to patterns, and all of the new patterns. I'm sorry? Oh, for the patterns or the fabrics? Silhouettepatterns.com, you go to fabrics or patterns, just whatever category you're looking for. If you're going to fabrics, you go to fabrics, put view all. You'll see right in the top on the left-hand side, right-hand side. It's view all. Go all the way to the bottom. It starts with 101, 102, 103, all the way up to 123. This one is number 113. Okay, did we get a close-up of this? Everybody happy with this now? This has stretch in both directions. This is a cool fabric. Very cool. Okay. I think we are on 116. 115 was this. No. No, you're right. You're right, Brett. This one. Okay, this one right here. I put numbers on them so I would remember. 114. Okay. I need a team. Here's 114. Put this because it's so pretty. Look at these with together. Isn't that beautiful? And this is just a really pretty, it's a cotton poly. You can see the drape is magnificent. Has stretch in both directions. It's just so pretty. It's one of those pretty girly fabrics. Which pattern would be great with fabric 115? Is this fabric 115? Oh, is this fabric 115? Have we showed 115 yet? We haven't showed 115 yet, have we? What's this one? Huh? $115 is this one. Oh, $115 is this one. No, it's not. What's this? I'm getting confused, you guys. This is 113. So what was the question? Which one would look good with 113 or 115? Fabric 115. Okay, that's 113. That's 114. This is 115. I might have showed them out of order. This is 115 right here. This is 115. This is 114. No, did I screw that up? I screwed that up. This is 115. Okay, let me just go over it just to make sure you're okay. This is 113. What does 114 say for fabric? Yeah, this is 114 right here, the purple. Yep, okay, that's right. 13, 14, this is 15. What would I make? It's got stretch to it. I'd make a cardigan. I would make a cardigan. I think it's a perfect cardigan. I think it screams cardigan to me. It's got texture. It's got everything great cardigans have. I love that. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so this is 16. That's the problem. Let me get my marker. I've got 14 on there, and I know what I did wrong. Hold on. I'm just going to make sure I don't confuse myself, because this is number 16. Okay, there we go. Then they'll know for cutting tomorrow. It's number 16. Okay, that was the problem. So this is 15 here. And that's why I put this in, because I thought it'd be so pretty if you just did a little shell or a little, you know, like a cowl. Isn't that pretty? Ah, sorry you guys. It's going to run away from home, but here we go. All right, I'm going to put this over here. Okay, that's 16. Then 17. Oh, more questions, sorry. Is there a difference between stretch velvet and stretch velour? There is, and I'm trying to remember what the difference is. If you'll search, all you have to do is search for it, Google it, and it will tell you the difference. Velour, I think, is a shorter nap. One of them is shorter nap than the other one, and I can never remember which one. So I'm not sure. Which way is the stripe going in 115? The stripe is going from selvage to selvage. You've got enough stretch. You've really got stretch in both directions on this. I think this would be so cool with a pair of jeans too. I don't know why it just says. This is really two-way stretch. It's not a lot of stretch, but if you just make it a little larger size, you'll have enough space in this. Okay. All right, so we did purple knit, we did that, we did the knit pink. We're on the multi, that's this one right here. This is 100% silk. And it's a pink, it's kind of a two-tone pink. It's really pretty. It's got embroidery running all through it. Lovely piece of fabric. Woven, no stretch, no nothing, just woven. Be a beautiful jacket, beautiful pair of pants, suit, just lovely. Okay, that's number, I put it in here, number 17. Okay, then we have this really pretty pink ribbing, and I did this because it's just about the same exact color as this other pink. And it really could work well together. Because if you see one on top of the other, it's hard to even know which one's which. Except that one's ribbing. See those together? One's ribbing and one's not. So I thought those were really pretty together. So number 18 is the pink ribbing. And this is, it's got a little bit of poly in it. It's not 100% cotton, it's a cotton poly. It has stretch in both directions, but it's really beautiful. Very pretty. Another spring trend is fabrics have a little bit of sheen to them. And I find it to be very, very pretty. So this was the one I was talking about that just has a little bit of, it's pink, but it goes into the burgundies and the wines. And it's just really pretty. This is number 19. Isn't that beautiful? So this, again, I feel like would be just an amazing cardigan. Another thing, that wrap, that pattern number 98, which is our Fifth Avenue cape, I think would be stunning in something like this. And for spring, instead of doing like a wool cape for winter, a really beautiful cape like this. Or we've got a couple of 851 Bella's vest with these linear lines would look beautiful in that. And it's got this great fringe, would be a great way to marry those two pieces. But this kind of stuff to me in cape patterns is perfect for spring because it gives you a little bit of coverage, but it's not like black and grays, you know, it's not the heavier stuff. It's the lighter, more fun fabrics. So this is number 19. And then see how pretty the wine goes with this. This wine together is beautiful. It's just so pretty together. And then what I did is this. I put this in because this is it's a bottom weight fabric. Obviously you could do a shirt, you could do anything. This is number 20. It's 100% cotton. And it's like a double gauze. You can tell there's two layers, but There's only one layer, but you can tell there's two layers woven together. It's almost like got this airspace in between. It's just a stunning piece of fabric. And it's, like I said, it's 100% cotton. Be a beautiful, it'd be anything. You could do a jacket, pants, blouse. You could do anything with it. Just really pretty, and you can see what a nice pair it is for this. And then I also paired it, I felt like it would make a great pairing for this as well. I thought that was really pretty together. Okay, so we have 3 fabrics left. Close-up of 117. Yes, give me a minute to pull it out, and then they want to just zoom in on the embroidery. Whoops, I got to turn it the right way, the embroideries. You could really use either side. You could use the non-embroidery side, but there is embroidery on it, and it's very pretty. And anytime you get into silk embroidery, you're talking $50, $60 a yard. This fabric to me is just a giveaway. You know, we always want to keep everything as low as we can because we want you to sew with good fabrics. And even if you mess up good fabrics, you're still better off to mess up good than mess up junk, because junk, you can't trust the junk you're sewing on is the problem. I hate junk fabric. I just hate it. I hate cheap fabrics. These are cheap fabrics, but they're not cheap, you know. Does that make sense? Inexpensive, I guess. All right, did we see that? We're good? The brown one? Yeah. This is kind of a burgundy. We called it a burgundy. Because it's got brown in it. It's definitely got brown in it, but it's definitely got that wine color to it. How does the 118 pink ribbon blend with the pink velour on the shelf above? I will put it and you guys can see. How's that? There's the pink ribbon, and here's the pink velour. It's fun to see all these together, huh? Well, this to me goes more with the wine here. Yeah, I think you're better off to bring up the darker rather than the lighter on that one. Okay. All right, so 3 more. Let me show them to you, if I can get over there. Honestly, this whole store is like this. There's just so many fabrics in here. Okay, so this one I wanted to show you because it's called Grass. And it's the same as the lavender, but it's a green. It's the green. Talk about fresh color. I just think this is so beautiful. It is a cotton poly. It is a woven. But I think if you come in on that, they can see the texture, how pretty that is. This is number 21, or 121, sorry. Oh, I just love that. I've got to have something out of this. And then because it came in, all these fabrics came in with all these companion pieces. I'm going to show you what the companion to this is this knit. And this is the brown and the green burnout. Isn't that beautiful? So it's a cotton poly, has stretch in both directions. Burnouts, you know, this whole thing, these burnouts, these soft knit burnouts are really stylish. And a lot of this, if you go back to the 70s, 80s, it's a real replay of that time frame, especially the, you know, I'm going to say for easiness, they call it the boho era, but it's really the hippie is really what it is. And so these burnouts, if you guys go back to that, they were just really popular, and they still are. I just love that. The green of that animal matches that green just perfectly. It's really, really pretty. That's number 22. And then number 23, I put this in here so that you could do, you know, a pair of slacks to go with. And this is, I can't remember the fiber content on this, if it's cotton or it's a blend. I can't remember, but it's on there. This is number 23, so it's 123. But the brown and this together is just stunning. I mean, it is just, look at this. It is beautiful together. Oh, and then that green is just pretty, pretty, pretty. So the goal is, again, so that you can just kind of plan your spring and get an insight as to what you want. I don't know, I want to do this again because I really want to get these oranges to you. These oranges and the yellows and some of these colors I have are just stunning, but I couldn't handle more than 23 fabrics at one time. But it was like, okay, what do I leave out? But I really decided that these greens and these lavenders and the blues and the pinks, these particular, were just really hot. Not more so than those others, because those beiges and creams are beautiful, but I had to cut it off somewhere. But anyway, let's answer questions, and then I'm going to let my team get out of here because it's, like I said, not the best weather here in Dallas. Okay, would 121 make a good jean jacket? Yes. Oh my gosh, it'd be beautiful. Absolutely. Or bomber jacket. Be a beautiful bomber jacket. What number is the pink embroidery? That is number 17. 117. Are those burnouts of velour as well? They are. Yeah. Yeah. Is green burnout a poly? It's a poly cotton blend. That's what it is. 122 up close, please. 122, I think, is this one right here that's on the floor. It is. I'm going to throw that one over there. And I'm going to do this. This is 122. See, can you see it, man? Can you go over shipping again? Yes. So fabrics 101 through 123, there will be no shipping on those fabrics. I feel certain that if you add those to the cart, you're going to be added shipping, but we'll credit that back. I can't believe I did this again. Only if you're added shipping will I credit it back. On those 23 fabrics, if you add other fabrics to your cart, you're going to get charged for shipping. But on these 23, I didn't want you to get charged shipping because I wanted you to be able to buy them as we were going through them, because our quantities are not really deep on these. I don't have tons and tons of yardages. So I wanted you to be able to get a group and not wait until we got through them all. Whatever works for you, it doesn't matter to me. But that was the reason we did no shipping. So the prices are what they are, and they include the shipping. If that makes sense. So when I get home back to my office, I'm going to take all the shipping off. So just if you get charged a shipping amount on these 23 fabrics only, just shoot me an email. Say, hey, I got charged shipping, just don't forget, credit us back, and I will. Okay? Is the green heavy weight? It's not heavy, it's like 4 ounce. Now remember, I put all the weights on those product details, so click on the product details and you'll get those weights. Okay? Shipping in USA only, it is. Yeah, sorry. Shipping is USA only. If you're out though, outside of shipping, we'll still deduct. If you're outside the USA, and we love you guys, you know that, we will take off the amount we built in for shipping, and then we'll just charge you the balance. We won't charge you the whole thing. We'll just charge you the difference. We know how much we've got built in. So it'd be the same as normal. Okay, can you show 119 again? As soon as I can figure out what 119 is, I can. Ribbing. This is 119. I think y'all are just doing this just to test me to see if I remember. No, I know where it is. Okay, that one goes here. This one goes here. This was 119 right here. Right? This is 119, right? You said 119? Is that right? Yeah, this is 119. How do I know that? It's got a 19 right here on it. I actually made this simple. It's just that when I've got all these in one spot, it's hard to get to them all and show them all. Okay, how's that? That's front. Back, it'd be fun to make something reversible. Just a pretty fabric. Very pretty. Okay, which way does the stripe go on 122? 122? Oh, you're trying to trick me. 122 doesn't have a stripe. Ha ha ha. Right? You're probably not trying to trick me, but 122 is this one right here. There's no stripe on 122. I can no longer manage these fabrics. Yeah, there's no stripe on this. What was the cardigan pattern? Two cardigan patterns. This one is 923, it's new. And then that 822 is the dual top and reversible cardigan. So the way you make that cardigan is you make two of them and then we're going to sew them together. You actually make two tops and two cardigans. And then we're going to sew them together to make it reversible. It's kind of fun. But I'll tell you something, I've never really worn two knits together like that, and it feels amazing. Which way does the stripe go on 119? 119 is the pink fuzz, right? The one we just did? Selvage to selvage. The stripe goes selvage to selvage on that one. And 122. The burnout doesn't have a stripe. I don't know. It's a wave. There we go. How much fabric approximately for the cardigan? I don't know. You go to the pattern, you click on the back, and it comes up. I have no idea. Oh, approximately. Sorry. For which cardigan? Then this one? The 923? Guys, I can't answer fabric. It depends on your size. I would say 3 yards, roughly. Yeah, I would say 3 yards is probably a good amount. Yes, we're happy to show close-ups, you guys. Can you show a close-up on the top shelf end? Which end? Here, this end? Oh, the first of the lavenders. Yeah, this lavender is really pretty. If I pick up this fabric, I'll probably be okay. It's just fallen over and can't get to it. I feel like we're in Timberland. This is the lavender. This is the most beautiful fabric. First of the lavenders, thinking George's wrap. Oh, George's wrap would be so pretty in this. Good job, you guys. See, this is what I like to tell you. I don't like to taint your brains. Your brains will do just fine without me. Yeah, this would be beautiful. George's wrap, good one. Oh, pretty, pretty, pretty. And Brett, I think, is doing a pan of the upper shelf right now. Yes? Should I duck or get out of the way? We have, this is 9. This is 108. 107, 106, the wine ribbing, the navy silk cotton. Love this blue. This is our kind of houndstooth. Then this beautiful silver ribbing. It's really pretty. Oh, I love this blue. Love that. Oh, I think they're all, I mean, like I said, they're all pretty cool. Okay, have we had enough fun yet? We can pan our mess. They were all organized when we started, but they're pretty bad right now. All right, you guys. You know we love you. It's spring. It's not really spring, but we're going to get there. We know it's coming. The groundhog saw its shadow. You know, that's the funniest myth or whatever it is to me. Tradition, there you go. It's just silly, but it's kind of fun. I don't think there's going to be 6 more weeks of winter. I don't think there's going to be 2 more weeks of winter. But anyway, that's just, you know, I'm not a groundhog and I don't have a shadow. Okay, so we will see you all Thursday night. We have a Q&A this Thursday night, so it'll be live 20 minutes this Thursday. We'll do a little thing for it, and we'll see you Thursday. All right, happy sewing. Bye.